Well, I think the big thing that I heard from this group was how much fun they had here. I mean, they really enjoyed our student athletes that they met that was on our team currently, the guys that they met, and the coaching staff. They love I tell you, our coaching staff gets rave reviews from the kids, and they know they're going to be coached hard, but they know they're going to be loved and cared for, because it's a big jump going from high school and leaving home. And, again, 24 of these kids are from Missouri, but you have a lot of these young men that are from out of state that are leaving their families, and so they need a home away from home. And they felt so comfortable with our coaches, felt so comfortable with the people they met here at our school. And I think just the family feel and the closeness, I always hear the coaches say if you could bottle it up and sell it, the feel that you get here at Central Methodist University, it'd really be amazing. And that's what's special about this place. And I think these kids got a small glimpse of that while they were here on their visit, and when they continue to talk on the phone or emails or texts or tweets or whatever. There's all kinds of stuff now, but that's the biggest theme, is the kids felt just a great relationship with not only our coaches but also the people here on campus that they met.
When you look at the potential of some of the transfer students that are already on campus, who are some of those guys that maybe commit to big-time BCS schools coming out of high school that have found their way that they had talked about their potential?
Yeah, you bet. I mean, when you look at a guy like a Trent Momon, I mean, Trent was recruited by North Texas at one point in time in Conference USA, and they've done a great job. And Trent, going to Trinity Valley Junior College and now being here, he's a young man that just has great potential for our league, and that's what we always look for, is those guys that have Division I and Division II potential. And now we're fortunate to have him here with us, and they got a chance to be a big fish in a small pond. But Trent's one that comes to mind. I mean, Chris Collins is a middle linebacker that we think is very special. He had some opportunities at some different places. You look at some of these kids and their visits and the places they've been, from Brandon White in Arkansas to Justin Marin. I mean, he had been looking at Texas A&M Kingsville and some different places down there, and we're very fortunate to get him here. And and you look all across the board. I mean, Caleb Gilder and Reggie Dowdy, some guys had Division II possibilities, and those are the kind of guys that we look at. Nico Allen from Memphis was certainly, being 6'4", 295. I mean, he was highly touted and had a lot of looks from people. And when you look at some of these guys, Will Simpson, I think, is another young man. Some of these guys are already transferring from Division II schools. Obviously, Brandon Justin was at Southeast Missouri State for a quick minute for a semester. And so, I mean, our roster guys that we brought in are definitely guys that they had great capability to be at some places that were definitely big, but at the same time, bigger isn't always better. And that's the one thing that I love here at Central Methodist University is we're a small NAIA school, but the family feel that you got a chance to feel big time here, and how people treat you, because I feel like we treat people better here than any place on the planet. And that's the one thing that I think these kids all found out and that they love. And I think that's why one of the big reasons they chose here and have a chance to be really special here, not only on the football field, but also as a student and what they want to do with their future and in their life. And life is hard, as I try to teach them. Life's going to be really tough, and so it's important that they're very career driven and prepare for what they're going to do after football's over with.
What about Trent Momon? He has some offers from Texas A&M and Russell Perkins for specifically your thoughts on those guys.
Oh, I think when you talk about Trent and Russell Perkins and what they bring, I mean, Russell's a young man, too, that when you meet him, I think for me it's just their personality. I mean, the one thing we really try to investigate is their character. And anytime you bring in new kids, you got to really worry, is this kid really going to fit our team? Because, again, I've been very outgoing and saying in 17 years of coaching, this has been the best group of kids I've ever coached in my life. They're really special kids as far as good people. They do things right. I mean, they're not perfect. We'll have little things happen once in a while, but at the same time, they're just a really good group of young men. And so I was very I really wanted the staff to research everybody's character and what they were about. We really tried to do that. every year. And when you talk about Trent, when you talk about Russell, and going to Trinity Valley and meeting with Trent's coaches, first of all, before I could even ask a question, their coaches are standing on the table. Hey, coach, the thing you need to know about Trent is how good he is, what great character he has. I mean, he's been wonderful for us, and I hadn't even asked a question yet. So I love that they came out and said that. Then going to Hempstead High School and visiting Coach Sargent there, and he stood on the table for Trent before I could get out a word, and what a great kid he was. So I knew then that we were getting a great young man, more so than just a football player. We were getting a great young man that would really fit us well. Russell Perkins, I went and met him in person at Tyler Junior College when we were down there, and Coach Paredes and I went down and met with him. And again, just in the time that we spent with him and the adversity, he's been through a lot of adversity in his life off the football field and things that he's come through and learned. And I knew in talking to him that he'd fit us very well in his character, because he's had to come back from a lot of things. And so again, those two guys are very special. They're obviously very talented on the football field, but they're even better people off of it. And that's the one thing I am really excited about those two young men.
Perkins has mentioned that he has lost one of his daughters recently passed away. Can you talk about how you think that helped him mature as a person, and how that can be how you can be a role model and use that for the rest of the team on the football field?
Well, I don't think you never know what type of character you have until you have to go through ultimate adversity, and that's what we try to put these guys through on the football field. And we can only do so much adversity to them on the football field or in the weight room, and there's nothing that we can do workout wise that is anywhere close to what they're going to go through in life. And Russell's already had his fair share of hard times in life. And, just for instance with me, overcoming right now and working through the whole cancer thing and stuff, and the adversity that you go through. And that just is life. I mean, people say life isn't fair. Well, that's the way life is. And every one of these young men, everybody that's out there watching today, you're going to go through some level of adversity at some point in time. Things are going to be hard. It's going to be tough. And some people quit or make excuses, and some people really, have a great attitude about it and keep their cup half full and stay positive and work through it. And I think through the adversity that Russell's been through, I think that's why he's prepped and ready. And that's why all these young men that we have, they're going to go through a certain level of adversity being in our program. And that's why I'm so excited when you watch their video. They exhibit a certain level of toughness on their video that they bring to our team that we're really excited about. And then also their level of character, and that I think they're really good kids that they don't know what quit means. And we will have, I'm sure, a few of these young men that quit. Hopefully not. But at the same time, you get some that do. And but hopefully their character shines through, and that they're tough kids, they're hard workers, and they can handle adversity, because regardless how hard things are here in the next 2 years, 4 years, it's going to be a million times tougher in the next 30 years for them.
Coach Haynes and Coach Brady having a full off season now to go through the recruiting process as by those coaches. What did you see out of them and their ability to sell social methods, and what did you see from the type of athletes that they were able to bring in?
I was going to say, I knew what I was getting in Coach Brady and Coach Haynes. I thought that was probably the best hires I've made, and what they've been able to do. And Coach Brady sent him out to California. He did a great job out there and finding a lot of these young men, sending Coach Haynes down to Tennessee and Kentucky and different places, and southeast Missouri. And I just thought their connections, and they've done a tremendous job. I mean, like I said, a lot of this class is really the assistant coaches. I'd love to be able to take credit for these guys, but I really can't. Like I said, I've been able to help and go see kids and talk to them on the phone and those things, but really my assistant coaches have come through with flying colors this year with what they've been able to do. And Coach Brady and Coach Haynes have been an amazing part of that, and I knew I was getting that with them, and feel very fortunate in what they've been able to do. I knew I was getting good recruiters in Coach Haynes and Coach Brady. Also knew Coach Paredes would do a great job. Where you don't know what you're going to get is sometimes with your GAs and your part-time staff. That's always a wild card, is how well are they going to be able to recruit and help you. And I think that's where I've been incredibly pleased with our graduate assistants and our part-time staff, as they've really dug in and done a great job in recruiting this year as well. And I've been very blessed with those young men and what they've been able to do for us too.
With spring practice coming up in several months, what did the transfers, what's the next step in the process, and what's the next step in the process for the guys that are not yet on campus?
Well, the big thing is now we want, as far as the kids who are still finishing up their senior years in high school and everything, we want them to go enjoy their senior year because, you know, you have to start over and be a freshman all over again. And that's the neat thing about the recruiting process is you feel important, people put you on top of the world, and then all of a sudden, you know, okay, I've made my commitment, I'm going to the school. And it goes that way for all these high school seniors that can go anywhere from our school to anywhere in the country. You got to start out all over again as a true freshman. And that's always hard and difficult for a lot of kids to do because they go from being the top dog to where you look around and all of a sudden all these college teams have 10 of you out there and you're like, my gosh, everybody's good now. I got a lot of work to do to compete. So my big thing is, you know, enjoy your senior year in high school and stay in shape and keep working hard and be prepared to come in and work and then we'll get them going when they get here in August. And then as far as the kids we currently have on campus, they're going through the strength and conditioning with Coach Oberweather. We start with mat drills with them next week in the early mornings and everything and what they're going to be doing. And that'll go all the way through till spring break in March. And then they'll have that spring break off. And then when they get back, then we start spring football practice all the way through until the end of April and until we have our spring game. I believe our spring game's on that Saturday, April the 28th, I believe it is, somewhere in there. And then once we finish our spring game, then we'll finish up and let them finish up the semester. But, you know, there's a lot of work to do between now and then for everybody that's a part of it. And you just got to keep lifting and keep running and keep eating right and do a great job in the classroom and continue to stay on top of the books and keep waking up every day with a dream and a goal and then going after it. And that's the one thing that I love about this group of kids. I feel like they all have goals and dreams and they continue to work toward them and just can't compliment this group enough. Pretty excited about them.